Today we are... Stop. You go ahead.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Heirloom Permaculture. We're out in the greenhouse today, get a few things done. As a lot of you know, if you've watched our last video, we just got back from a trip to North Carolina. And while we were gone, we were tagged by the Stivers Homestead on a challenge that they participated in. It started with Natalie at Hey It's a Good Life. She tagged Jess at Roots and Refuge, and Jess tagged the Stivers. And what the challenge is what are your dreams? So we wanted to make this video and some things that we need to get done out here, so we thought we'd do both at the same time, and hopefully it works out alright. So we're just going to talk about what are our dreams and kind of explain that a little bit. And at the same time, we're going to be seeding some tomatoes and peppers. I don't know if there's anything else we need to do today, but we're a few weeks behind where we wanted to be on these, but with going out of town, we didn't want to have them out in the greenhouse. We know with less care, daily care than we normally give them, just because having somebody watch the place, didn't want to put that on them. So we decided to wait till we got back to where we could do it and give it the full attention that it needs. So that's why we're a little behind on the seeds, but hey, give us an opportunity to come out here and shoot the video for this challenge that the Stivers put on us here. While we're doing that, you can tell by the lighting, it's been raining again. As soon as we got back to Oklahoma, actually before on our way back it started raining. So if it starts raining heavy again, you might hear some thunder and hear the rain hitting this, but I think most of it's past us. So I guess we'll get started. So you want to start?
Our first dream?
Sure.
One dream we have, we started working on it, we've already been working on a little bit, is to grow almost all of our own food, most of it, and if not, at least know the farmer who did. So that's a big goal that we have. We haven't quite gotten there yet, but we are going to continue to work on that, planting more things and getting to know other people. We, as you all know, we raise our own chickens, but we don't have on 1 acre the area to raise beef. So we have a local store where we know the people who raise it. We try to use people, or try to buy from people who we know how they're taking care of their things. You know, talk to the farmer. If you can't be that farmer yourself, we want to make sure that we at least know who is.
And we included that store in a video and let them talk about how they raise the beef and the feed and the treatment and just what they do as a store. So that's in one of our previous videos if you want to go back and look at that. So as far as the beef. But along those lines, you know, we'd like to do 100% of what we eat, grow it ourselves, and we know right now, like she said, that's not reasonable. I mean, I guess we could change our diet to do what we could do here, and if we ever had to, we would. But you know, outsourcing some food responsibly and buying it from farmers, you know, that's an important thing to do too. So building that community, supporting your community, you know, we can raise excess chicken or vegetables, so we can use that to trade, or we can sell ours and buy what they have. So even if we could, there's probably things that we want that we wouldn't grow because it takes over part of another dream, right? So we want to stay focused on what we can do here responsibly. So
another dream that I really feel passionate about, I think John agrees with me, and this wasn't something I came up with on my own, but when I heard it, I just really felt a strong passion that I want to do this, is I eventually want to get to the point where we are giving 10% of our harvest to a family in need. So whether that be, we have just harvested our chickens that we've grown and we give those to, you know, a local family person, friend that we've heard of that is going through a hard time and just needing something, and I would really like to get to the point where we are we're just doing that, where we're giving away at least 10% of what we grow.
You know, say give your first and your best. So you know, it's another way of tithing. 10%. It doesn't have to be money, right? It'd be it's where your value is, right? So if we were in an economy of no money, the value would be in the food, or it would be in, or whatever. So I think I agree that the, you know, what you find important and valuable and what helps everybody else, that's more valuable than, you know, the $10 worth of food. I think is more valuable than $10 bill. So
yeah, definitely. And I'd really like to get to the point where we do that for a specific family that we hear of that's just going through a hard time. Somebody's sick, somebody lost a job, whatever it is, and really just be able to be a blessing and a help to that family at that time. All right.
What's next?
Our next goal, more land, right?
More land.
More land. We've done a lot on our acre, and I'm really proud of everything that we've shown that you can do on a small space. And if you have a small space, start there. Don't wait. But we are really getting to the point where we'd like to stretch out a little more.
Yeah. So, you know, you can only do so much responsibly on a small acreage. We're kind of limited, like I said, on what animals, on just how much we can produce. With the rotational grazing on the pastured poultry, you know, we're really limited. If we're doing it in a way that we're not back on the same piece of ground within a certain amount of time, you know, we're very limited on how much of it we can use, so, and how fast we can rotate. So, you know, we are showing an example of what you can do on 1 acre, and we're not even using the whole acre. The front yard is almost, it's not quite a 1/4 acre, but it's almost 1/4 of the property, and we don't do anything with it other than there's some comfrey in the flower bed, stuff like that. It's all lawn. It's maintaining the curb appeal. It's being a I don't want to say being a responsible neighbor or being a, you know, it's kind of keeping the aesthetics of the neighborhood while we're still accomplishing what we want to do in other parts of the yard. If we had to use the front yard, and I'm not against it at all, the front yard gardens, we have a 1/4 acre community garden in the other half of the front yard, but right in front of the house we're not currently using. We could, and like I said, I'm not against it at all. It's just we're not currently doing it. So so we've maintained it that way. We're using about 3/4 of the property. So can do a lot on 1 acre. We could do a little bit more, but trying to be as responsible as we can on what we're using. I think we've kind of reached our limit. So
yeah, so hopefully we'll be in somewhere in the near future looking for a bigger property that we can continue on with our dreams that we have. And when we get to that property, a dream that I would really enjoy, really want to do, is I want to build our own house. We've done a lot of projects in the past. We've built chicken coops, we built our barn.
Yeah, and she doesn't mean pay somebody to build it. No,
I mean the two of us put our hands to the materials and make our home. That's what I want to do. I really would love to build our house.
So, you know, our projects over the years have grown. At our previous house, we started with a little garden shed. We added onto that, turned it into a chicken coop, then built a 12 by 24 shop with a full attic, woodworking shop. Here we've done the pantry, you've seen that video. We built the barn out here, barn / chicken coop. You know, we built this greenhouse. A lot of things that the brooder, it's in another video. A lot of small projects, some bigger projects. We've helped people with other projects. So we enjoy the building process. We haven't had the opportunity, or haven't made the opportunity to build a house yet, or our house, so that's a priority, and I'll talk more about that shortly.
Alright, good for me movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, the last one? Or?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, so that was the house. That was the house. That was the list. Yes. That was the list she had. So, the only issue I have with this challenge, and it's not really an issue, I guess it's more of a struggle, is I'm not much of a dreamer in the sense. You know, dreams, they don't take effort, they don't take cost. In fact, you can be unconscious and have dreams while you sleep. I'm more actionable. When I decide that something is important to me and I want to accomplish it, I end up attaching a time frame to it, and then it becomes a goal. So even the wildest dreams can become goals if you make it a priority. So that was kind of hard. She said, okay, you got to come up with a list of dreams. I'm like, well, there's things I want to do and they may seem lofty, even some can seem unattainable, but I think anything's attainable. You just got to set the priority to it. You have to be willing to expend the cost of money or time or lifestyle or whatever that may be, because if you're going to attain it, it's going to take effort, it's going to take time, it's going to take resources. So at that point, I don't think it's a dream anymore. I think it's just a goal that you haven't yet achieved. So I don't know, I've never been much of a wild-eyed, starry-eyed dreamer, right? So some things I want to do that are pretty lofty, and we've set a lot of lofty goals in the past, but you know, I'd say until there was a point where we realized it wasn't either a priority anymore, or wasn't something, or we were going after something, we realized it wasn't something we really wanted as much as we thought. You know, it no longer became a goal. So it may have started kind of as a dream, but more as an idea. Then you prioritize it and then put the effort in place and go after it. So fair? Fair.
Yeah, probably more of the dreamer. You're definitely more of a...
So I don't have a problem with setting the lofty goals. You know, and if I feel like it's a priority, you know, some things are short term, some are long term. You know, we've been married approaching 24 years. You know, have a dream to have a 50-year anniversary.
Yes.
Well, we know exactly when that's going to happen, right? So I don't think it's a dream, I think it's a goal. And you work and stick it out and get there, and it takes time, and you can't speed it up. It takes the effort of a cooperative, productive marriage to get there, right? So I don't see that as a dream. I see it as a goal, and there's, like I said, there's nothing you can do to make you get here faster. So a lot of things we want to do, if I could snap my fingers and have it today, I don't think I would, because then you probably wouldn't appreciate it as much. So if you could wake up after a dream and you have what you were dreaming for, you know, would you appreciate it as much?
You wouldn't put in the time and the effort.
You didn't expel the effort. So,
right.
So hopefully that's not kind of a downer on the what are your dreams, but it's kind of my pragmatic, realistic way of looking at it. So I feel like if it's important to me or to her or to the kids or what I feel like we need to be done, then we'll set a timeline and we'll figure out what it's going to take, and we go after it. So one of the goals that goes along with all that is we would like to be able to support ourselves from the homestead. I know a lot of people have said that, and you know, I have the day job, she stays at home with the kids. I don't feel like I need to kind of, you know, ease around the edge of that and talk about it. I think, you know, everybody's that works eventually has a goal to retire, right? So that's just setting a kind of arbitrary date of when you won't be working for somebody else. I don't have a date yet when I'd like for us to be self-supportive off the homestead. There's a lot of things that aren't in place, and it's going to take a while to get there. So there's a lot of variables that we can't put a timeline on yet, and there's things we need to accomplish to get there. So call that a dream, I guess you could, because I don't have a date on it. You know, it's a lot of these things we need to do that we want to do. There is a time frame where I think we can reasonably do it, where we can physically do it. So you know, that maybe that's going to expedite some things, looking at from the long term. You know, instead of 20 and 25, 30-year goals, you know, they could be 5, 10, 15-year goals. So who knows? We'll get back to you on that one. So, well, we'll pick out some seeds.
Tomatoes. You're going to show them our seed organizer?
So this is our seed organizer. These are not our kids. These are adopted with this. So we haven't got a picture that'll fit in there yet. So to keep all of our seed packets organized, somewhat organized, but definitely contained. This is nowhere near the collection that Jess at Roots and Refuge has. We just saw it firsthand again here recently.
It's amazing.
So, yeah.
It's great.
There are some more in here that came from her. So this is just a photo album, 4x6 pockets vertical. You know, it's like 20 bucks for the album, and I don't know if it's $5 or $10 for packs of sleeves, and this works really well. You can see what it is on the front, flip it over, look at the planting instructions, whatever. Some of them are doubled up, we ran out of spots, but we're just going to go through here and find our peppers and tomatoes that we're going to plant today and get those in here. So we had all these in a box, and this just keeps a little cleaner to get through, and we've got them grouped by greens and everything, so there's room for a little bit of improvement. We thought about going through and sorting them by season, even more specifically, so we may do that. Probably have to get a few more sleeves and maybe a whole nother deal. So, but this is pretty neat. It's working out well. It's our first year with it, but there's quite a bit in there. So I guess I probably wasn't showing it very well. So, but there's some older seeds, some new seeds. We've got seeds in here that, you know, we're just using a few each year, so we've had them for quite a while. And there's stuff that people have given us, seed swapping kind of things.
And some we've saved ourselves.
Yeah, yeah, we've got
a few
stuff that, you know, like she said, that we've saved. So we didn't buy all of them, and then there's some that we use the whole pack every year, or multiple packs. Like I eat bell peppers every day, so we're going to plant a lot of bell peppers this year because I'm tired of buying bell peppers. Well, they'll last about half the year. Yeah, we plant a lot, and we'll, as they come up ripe, chop them up, freeze them, and still about half the year I'll run out. So I think we're probably going to put about 150 bell pepper plants out this year. It's kind of the plan. So.
Alright, so I think we need to get to work on this, but before we do, we need to tag a few people to tell us their dreams so we can support them. Yep,
we do need to tag some people. So, you know, we just got back from North Carolina. We went out and visited Casey and Tori Ostwinch at Honey Tree Farm out in Conover, North Carolina. They do have a channel. They have a market garden that they're building on their property. I think they broke ground early October. They've made huge strides. Casey's there working on it a lot, so we were glad to go out and visit and get to help them a little bit with the farm, and really enjoyed spending some time with them. Been social media friends for a while now, and I finally got the opportunity to go meet them. You know, when you're 1,000 miles apart, it takes quite a bit of effort, so we made it a goal, and we went. We just posted that video of the trip. You need to go watch that. It was pretty good. We saw some sights, so we're going to tag them. It's a little bit out of the realm of the videos they normally make, but I just want to tell Casey, hey, this is an opportunity to really talk about what your dreams and your goals are for the farm, and I think you got a great way to communicate it. So I just wanted to give you that opportunity and see what you've got to say.
Yeah, it's amazing what they've been able to do over the winter, because they just started this market garden, or their property, they started working on it in October, right? And just the amount of produce that they have grown over the winter, when most of us are sitting inside dreaming of gardening, and how much they were actually able to get accomplished.
Yeah, so who we want to tag next?
We were going to tag ThatEverydayKira.
Yep, so ThatEverydayKira, she's actually somewhat of a local to us. She lives about an hour north of us. Another one we haven't got to meet in person, but we've been talking back and forth for quite a while. So Kira, tag, you're it. Expect to see your video shortly. I know right now you're feeling a little under the weather, but this give you a couple days to think about it. So glad to see you made it home safe from your trip, and I look forward to your video and see what your dreams are. So, and last, we want to tag Mike and Lacie Dickson at the Fit Farmer. So we were hoping to get to meet them while we were in North Carolina. It was kind of a quick trip. We didn't get to spend much time out there, so we didn't get to hook up with them and have dinner or anything, meet them in person. We do have the opportunity to come up and meet them here in May at the Baker Creek Spring Festival. So we're looking forward to that. So wanted to tag them and in this challenge and see what their dreams are for the future, and see where their farm and their family, what they're going to do, where they're going. So Mike and Lacie, tag, y'all are it too. So I think that's all we're going to tag. I don't think any of those have been tagged already. We tried to go through all the videos and make sure that we could not tag somebody that's already been tagged on it. So I think we're good to go there.
I think so.
Unless somebody tagged them in the last 15 minutes. So make that 20 minutes. So,
right.
So I guess we're going to get back to work.
Yep.
Appreciate y'all watching our videos. We've had quite a growth in subscribers and support across all platforms of where we're trying to share what we're doing. So we appreciate everybody doing that, and liking and sharing in the comments, providing feedback. We love the discussion. We don't mind constructive criticism. We don't mind at all. Somebody has a better way of doing everything we're doing. We share the best way we know, but we know that there's always a better way. And if you look at our bookshelf, we're always anxious to try to find the better way. So let us know what you think. Anything else? No? Did I talk too much?
No. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.